Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Toku Portal podcast for Mashin Sentai Kiramager. I am Bashi V, and joining me today is.
Right. Welcome to Kiramager episode 12. In this episode, Sayo, a doctor, is called away on an emergency mountain rescue, but the helicopter doesn't have enough room for all of them on the return trip. So Sayo volunteers to stay behind since she can just call her Helico to come and pick her up if she brought her changer with her.
Which she forgot and didn't realize until till just then.
And so she has to walk down the mountain on foot, which wouldn't be too bad if she didn't slip on a branch, fall down a hill, and twist her ankle.
Which is, things that happen. I feel like having gotten up the mountain, she'd have paid a little bit more attention coming back down. But
Well, they took a helicopter up the mountain.
or did they say that? Or so she took a helicopter, did her thing, and then they just
They needed to bring the helicopter anyways, so I imagine that they rode the helicopter up to get to the people that needed to be rescued faster. And then once they got the injured people inside, they realized there wasn't enough room for the rest of them.
So I took it that because they kept referring to the proverb about the slender-legged woman climbing the mountain, that at least for a portion of it, she climbed up the mountain.
I just think that, all that mattered was that she was on the mountain.
I can accept that.
Uh, Helico gets worried when she can't detect Sayo's Kiramental. This makes Mamushina particularly worried. So the two of them and Jetta go to the mountain to try and look for her. And passing by Sayo is Takamichi, who later turns out to be Kirame Silver, if you couldn't tell by his silver jacket and his totally not a Kirame changer on his wrist.
Yeah. And his very much not a Kiramager jackhammer that also flies.
So he gives Sayo some magic medicine or whatever, and then is going to just abandon her until she promises to do. I don't know how to pronounce that. Some long random word.
At which point she questions it. He doesn't answer it. And then she promises to do that. Or another long freaking
Mama Rina Funi Funi. That's what it is.
And then, what was the other one? Parafuni Funi?
I don't know. Papa Mani Funi Funi, probably.
Yeah. Whatever the hell.
Whatever. The monster of the week is attacking an observatory that's actually a carrot Earth Defense Force.
Because why not? Why not have that be a thing? These monsters are coming from another dimension. Yeah, sure. Let's just have them require Space Force too.
Normally, the monsters would come from space, but Earth is far away, and that would take a really long time. So they're trying to just portal in, which is the whole premise of this show.
Right. Requiring the need for the Space Force frickin' thing is, to me, just a contrivancy to, hey, look, this company has a bunch of money. They already own the most giant, obnoxious building in town. Let's have them own that too. Not to mention they own a train yard. For the train they've used twice. Well, 3 times.
and whatever else the script needs.
Yeah, because can't have an organization that doesn't own a bunch of shit for no reason.
Uh, so on the mountain, Takamichi is carrying Sayo on his back, uh, and he's distracted looking for treasure. He's got a map, but he can't quite figure it out. And he uses his fucking changer on his wrist, and it straight up says Kirame searching, and Sayo doesn't hear that for some reason.
And just asks, what's that? Oh, it's just something that searches for treasure.
And then Sayo looks at the map and goes, "Oh hey, that mountain."
Because the mountain is happened to be shaped
I don't
like
even
the
think
piece of
she looked
paper.
at the mountain before she figured it out.
I don't think so either. She just because she looked over her shoulder and seen the ripped piece of paper. I don't know.
Uh, so they go up there, and Takamichi pulls out his jackhammer and starts going to town, digging, and reveals an orange stone, which comes to life with evil energy and almost attacks them. Uh, but it stops. So like a Kirame stone, it is it has something of a consciousness, but not a full. It's not fully sentient. It's more akin to an animal seeking out its one purpose, which is to find a host. Normally, it would attack the nearest human, but instead, it can sense the Jimenchi and goes for that instead.
Because why not?
And then Takamichi abandons Sayo on the mountain to go chase after it.
Yeah. I mean, they give him credit for not taking an injured woman into battle.
But also,
So,
he refuses to answer any of her questions.
yeah. And it just answers the ones that, she never asks.
Oh, and Vashi, what is this new type of monster called?
A monster.
It's a monster.
Uh,
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 so, uh, so it goes and absorbs itself into the Jimenchi that the others are fighting, which can summon meteors. And so now he's got this fire upgrade as well. So the
yeah,
others
now he
can't
has a
touch
lava
him.
attack.
Yeah, the others can't touch him because he's too hot. So now it's time for Kirame Silver's debut fight, wherein he does the splits.
Yeah, he Van Dams it hard, and it's great. I will admit that was great. I still wonder where the trucks went.
Yeah, and then when the
Again,
Jimenchi just
this episode is very bad with the instant jump cuts to new locations and differences on the set. Which again, I just have to keep reminding myself, parody series, because like most of them would have at least made some sort of transition make sense, other than they were at this location, it cuts to somewhere else, and now they're in a new location.
yeah, no,
I'm just gonna chalk it up to he destroyed two vehicles at the same time.
like the Jimenchi threw a bunch of grunts at him. He pulled out his jackhammer and destroyed the ground that didn't get damaged, and all the grunts and the trucks disappeared. So you tell me what happened.
I mean that it's the only thing it makes sense. Either that, or he made a giant pitfall for them that just sealed up before his feet touched the ground.
He also refers to the other Kiramagers as his Kohai, which is uh,
Before he transforms, and they all question, they go, "Huh?" like he's obviously not another fucking Kiramager.
But like, how long has he been aware of the other Kiramagers and not confronting them? Or is he just looking at them and go, yeah, I know what that is?
I, I'm I want to say it's a mixture of both. He's known about them for a while. He just didn't know who they were. Because
Also,
if with the little information at the end, I'm just gonna assume he's aware of what's going on. He
and
just may not have thought it was gonna get started this fast. So you will have to see where that plays out.
yeah, it may be that he was just avoiding the situation for his own goals, whatever that may be.
Given the slap in the face at the end, I'm gonna kind of go with that one.
Mabushina and the others find Sayo and bring her to the fight. Her injured leg, though, she doesn't transform and fight. Not that she needs to. This is Silver's fight. This is his debut.
And I will admit, what a fight it is.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Like, I wish it would have been longer, but it's short, sweet. He, single hands the monster, and then we'll suddenly be back on everybody else's level where they all have to work together.
Right. But seeing
Because,
any member of the team solo the monster is still great.
It's always amazing.
Like, yeah, this is why this person is a member of the team.
I will admit, no one will beat Asuna solo in a monster because she's pissed off about cake. Nothing will ever beat that mode.
Oh man, the other day, for some random reason, I had a dream about Ryu Soldier, where I was like showing my friends the final battle. I don't know why.
Did you happen to watch Naruto that day?
No, I didn't even talk about Naruto that day.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, go watch the podcast, or go watch the podcast for the finales of Real Soldier. It makes sense.
Yeah, we noticed some similarities between the ending of Real Soldier and the ending of Naruto.
Similarities? It's a ripoff. 100% ripped off the ending.
So, anyways, Silver's finisher is launching a giant drill down the middle of a makeshift road at the monster.
Which has a jump in it for unnecessary reasons.
Unnecessary. It's because it's cool, Vashi.
No, it's a wonder.
Yeah, his catchphrase is wonder. Everything is a wonder. So you might be wondering, who is this man? Well, he is Takamichi Crystalia, son of King Oladin.
Bushina's big brother.
You almost called him a big sister.
Yes, I did. Thanks for pointing that out.
Anytime!
Though this does raise a question I have: are like the rock features like a recessive gene or what?
Well, we don't know who the we don't know who the mother is, so
I swear to God, if he swanned it with a human, I'm gonna be pissed.
Well, why not? He's been to Earth before.
Thank you for just accepting the Zeus parody. Your parallel.
Like, okay. So first of all, we'll get back to that, but first of all, it's time for Sayo to pay up that promise she made because that medicine he gave her actually worked and she can walk on her leg again. It was magic. So he kisses her on the cheek. And she has to kiss him on the cheek because she promised.
I think this is one of the few instances where that actually worked.
And then Mabushina comes in and slaps him in the face and yells at him for disappearing when their home was invaded and their dad was killed.
Right. That's going to be a fun explanation next episode.
Uh, Even the director at Carrot is like pissed. Like he
Like
does.
when they and they frame that in a way to make him seem suspicious because they frame it at he's wrecked the monster. If we still don't know who he is, and the director's just pissed, walks off slowly, feel evil like like he's up to some shady stuff.
Like even, but
And
you
then
also had
it
Garuza being like uncomfortable of like, could it be that guy? And Mushin Fire was all like, that guy when he saw him. It's like,
right. It's like it just, and then it points out it's like, oh yeah,
nope,
it's her
it's the heir
it's
to
her
the
relative,
Crystalia throne.
and so it changes the context in which the director walked off. I was like, it's kind of cool.
Uh, what if he has more personal reasons? Like, what if he's not just mad on behalf of the royal family? What if he has a personal investment in this? Because
I don't
we
know.
we
Like
don't.
it wouldn't surprise me if that he doesn't. I mean, he literally is doing all this shit on orders of King Oladen in the first place.
Right. What if? Because we don't know who Mabushina and Takamichi's mother is. We don't know who the queen was. What
Like
if?
have it be his sister or something,
Yeah. What if it was the director's sister?
and he just went, no, screw this, I'm out.
Fuck this shit. I'm out. No, but like, what if? Yeah, like, what if it was the director's sister or something, and that's where that like personal connection came from?
Like it would make sense, and it would fit why he was left with the crap for the Kiramagers. Beyond being the just one random dude that King Oladen apparently ran into on Earth.
Right. Like that would provide more backstory to their friendship and why Oladin trusted him to build
Right.
Carrot from the ground up.
Like this opens the doors to make this series less parody and more fundamentally intriguing and a more of a serious show. They're probably not going to go that route entirely, but I'm sure there'll be a little bit of it because they're at least good at that. Um, but yeah, this does open the door to questions and hopefully pretty decent answers.
Maybe. But yeah, we
Hopefully
end
zero.
on that serious note of questioning Takamichi's motives, like why he disappeared and whatnot. And in the next episode preview, you know, Takamichi appears to
Is
like I'm a treasure hunter, I work alone kind of thing, but Jiro is suspicious like this guy's not being honest with us about something.
right, and then we have the him and Mister Director standing across from each other, very serious conference room meeting type thing.
Treasure has ruined you, Takamichi.
I mean, he's just looking for 5 stones. Come on, he just wants a snack.
No. Oh. Oh, I thought you were making an Operation Overdrive reference.
No, I was making a Marvel reference. Again, haven't seen Operation Overdrive beyond the
Oh, that was
we're gonna
literally
the only thing I've seen of Operation Overdrive is the we're gonna replace you with old Rangers.
the Once a Ranger special. Yeah, no. Um,
Yes,
Operation Overdrive was the adaptation of Bokenger, and the while Bokenger was just like we're an adventure Sentai, we go treasure hunting and look for rare artifacts that could be dangerous to the world. But Operation Overdrive decided, no, that's lame. Let's have them look for these magical 5 stones that are definitely not the Infinity Stones.
That
Uh,
already sounds dumber.
and so like all the other treasure that they find is them being like, "Is the stone here? No. Oh, well, we found this other thing."
That's dumb.
Oh
That's
yeah, no.
100% dumb.
Yeah, no. And then at the end of the series, they have to put the villains get all the stones, and they put them into a crown called the Corona Aurora, and then they hold it up during like an eclipse to like unlock its power or whatever.
Everything you said sounds stupid. Everything.
Oh, whoops. Oh.
Well, I'm
Uh,
glad I skipped that season aside from the
you
one
want
Power
me
Ranger
to
special.
tell you what's even stupider? Because it gets worse than
Sure.
this. Okay. Uh,
Gets worse than that?
Sorry for getting off topic here. It gets worse than that. So in Bokenger, do you remember the golden robot?
No, again, didn't watch really much of
Okay,
either one of them.
so in Bokenger, there was this golden robot that was actually a sword from an ancient civilization that doesn't exist anymore. And it would
Okay.
transform into a robot warrior that would fight for peace. And he is the unofficial seventh member of the team. And
Okay.
sometimes he would just be, a sword power up for the red.
Okay.
Operation Overdrive decided, what if he's the guardian of the Corona Aurora? And so when Red's dad accidentally stumbles upon the Corona during a spelunking expedition, decides to like entrust in him the responsibility of gathering the five stones before the villains do.
I haven't seen this show, and I despise it.
Oh, it gets worse. See, Red. So when the guy is putting the team together, he scouts out a bunch of people oh hey, this Blue is a stunt actor. It's like, hey, you do stunts. You know how to like fight and stuff. Black is an expert thief, and it's like, hey, I was the one who actually hired you to steal from me. Congratulations, you passed, kind of thing. And he intends to be the Red himself, but a thing happens and he can't be the Red, and so his son steps in to do it. Uh, because his son is like, I want to spend time with you, Dad, and Dad is like, no, I'm busy.
As you have to have a somebody has to have a disgruntled family,
Right. And so
I guess.
like he invented this machine to give you superpowers that he puts all the team members through. And so when it's Red's turn, like the butler turns to the guy and is just like, "And don't worry, I made special modifications for your son." Well, you find out later on in the series that the Red Ranger was a robot the whole time. Oh,
Also, outlet hurt.
oh.
What the fuck?
Because the guy never had the time to settle down and raise a family, but he wanted a son, so he built one.
What? And I cannot stress this enough. The fuck?
And like, there's an episode
Go.
where
Wait. I have a question.
I'm sure you have a million questions.
So you mean to tell me this dude was so hard up for a family that he made a fake robot kid that I guess magically grew up, or he just kept shuffling him into body to body, whatever, fine. But he programmed the robot with daddy issues.
No, he didn't program it with daddy issues. It developed daddy issues. Because here's the thing, Red doesn't know he's a robot.
Okay, fine. Once the daddy issues arose, the fucking robot reboot that shit. That's not supposed to happen.
Well, you see, the daddy issues arose because daddy wasn't paying attention to him
Then why'd you make a robot kid in the first goddamn place?
to have a son.
Then make a robot mother for it to hang out with.
So here's the thing. There's an episode where Red is bragging to Black about a picture from his child of like him and his dad. It's like, yeah, check out this huge fish we caught together. And Black is like, dude, this is clearly photoshopped. There aren't any shadows. So, like, Red was built already as a teenager and was given fake memories of a childhood.
What the fuck?
And then, you want to know how they foreshadow that he's actually a robot before they reveal it? In the Halloween...
Do they have him do a captcha and he can't solve it?
No, in the Halloween episode...
Is his costume a robot?
His costume is a robot, and the dad looks at him all concerned.
Which of the two companies made Operation Overdrive?
That was Disney. That was,
Of fucking course it was.
That was Disney during the, those three. Right before that came Mystic Force, and right after that came Jungle Fury.
That's very much a Disney thing. Jesus Christ, what the ever-loving shit, Disney.
Oh.
I've heard of some very dumbass plots for Power Rangers, because, I mean, let's face it, Super Mega Force was a thing. But my god, does that sound the dumbest thing I've heard.
And then one of the... So, Bokendra has 4 villain groups.
Yes.
One of them is this demon that sold his soul for power. He was just a normal dude, but then he became a demon because power. And another one is this old dude from an extinct civilization that he's trying to rise again. Power Rangers decided, hey, the demon guy is all fire, right? Why don't we replace the old dude with an actual costume, a monster costume, and make it ice?
Well, I know a show I'm never gonna watch beyond that one, beside that one special. And I really only watched that because Adam came back. And the sad thing is, I thought that episode was bad enough when it came to the whole, but Dad, thought that was bad then. This just makes the context for that much dumber.
My favorite part from Once a Ranger was that the only actor from SPD they could get was Bridge, so they just they made him Red and just kind of had him jargle in an explanation for his promotions. Of like,
he's like, well, I was green, and then I was this, and then he got promoted, so I went to this, to blue, and then he got promoted to here, so I got promoted to red. It's like, that was the dumbest explanation, but it was great. And then you just have Adam show up and go, yeah, I am just the resident badass. Because he was.
And then Alpha 5 shows up with whatever voice actor they pulled off the street.
That wasn't Alpha 5, that was Alpha 6. Remember, Alpha 5 went with Zordon.
Okay, fine. Alpha 6 has no consistent voice actor.
No, he never has. He went
Nope.
from street hood yo 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 whatever the hell that was
Annoying.
to oh yeah to when borderline normal to whatever that voice was
Uh,
to Bill Hader, and then which I'm sorry, Bill Hader does the best Alpha. It's about the only good thing in that movie.
what other Power Ranger series have you not seen?
Like the last couple ones that I've not seen anything of. We can do a whole podcast and you just explain to me the dumb shit in the new seasons.
Okay, but
That could be a whole.
we
thing.
gotta bring King or Drago in for Ninja Steel because I didn't see that one and King told me about it and there was some dumb shit in there.
I don't doubt.
Uh,
I've seen a few episodes of Ninja Steel, and just from the start, it was dumb.
I saw one clip from Ninja Steel where Red shows up to fight the monster, and the monster goes, "How did you find me?" And Red goes, "That's for me to know, and you to never find out." And I went, "Wow."
One of the first two episodes.
Yeah, I don't. It was.
And then they make the Blue Ranger, who's a failing magician. They give him actual magic.
Wait, in Ninja Steel, he's a failing magician?
Yes, he's a magician who's bad at, and I mean when I say magician, I mean
stage show.
Yeah, stage show.
Like.
And yeah, pull a rabbit out of a hat. Yeah, that kind of magician.
No respect.
They give him magic, and he immediately uses it on the bullies.
Wait, is there a Bulkin skull in Ninja Steel?
I don't know. I didn't watch long enough to find out.
Oof.
Also, the Red Ranger has a robot friend.
Why all the robots?
I don't know. Saban, Toei just had a thing for robots.
Like, I understand the giant mech robots because those are what saved Sentai and made it a thing. But
right.
what is with America and the ground robots?
Because, let's see, just over the years, things that were robots in Japan and or never shown to be human or whatever. Signal Man from Turbo.
Mm-hmm.
Magna Defender.
He was an alien, but I don't think he was a robot.
But I don't think they necessarily specifically said what he was.
No, because he was
showed up and whooped ass.
In costume the whole time. He had a son.
I forget what they said. Ninjor was.
Ninjor.
Other than a ninja.
I don't think they said. I think they just said he's an ancient ninja or something.
Yeah, that just gave them powers. Operation Overdrive, apparently.
They turned the robot into a ghost. Yeah, I don't get it either. And then they turned it into the Battleizer. Because
What did they do for Gosei Knight?
Gosei Knight was a robot.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they turned Gosei Knight into a robot.
Which, yes, he's technically a robot in the Sentai as well, but it's different. It is vastly different.
Yeah, because in Gosei Knight, he was literally just the mech come to life.
Oh yeah, no, in America, he's Robo Knight.
Yeah, Robo Knight. Because why? Why not? Which I realize we have gotten entirely off topic for Kiramager.
Kiramager ended like 20 minutes ago.
And I don't give a damn. Most of the reasons we do this podcast is to bullshit, so. And with it just being the two of us, I really don't care about padding this out. But holy shit. Then Ninja Steel has a robot partner, which I can only assume is the mech as well. I haven't watched far enough
Eh.
in it to actually pay attention, but I think Red's robot buddy is the mech.
RPM Black is a robot, except good.
Right.
Like a good execution of it as opposed to Operation
Oh yeah,
Overdrive.
the fucking RPM is the only one that they went. Yeah, here's something
Yeah.
that was great. Let's make it very different,
So
but kick
here's the
ass.
story behind that, and it is a very familiar story because it happened to Saban, where uh, the producers just kind of said, "I don't care anymore," and so the writing team was allowed to do whatever the hell they wanted, and they made the best season of that era's run. So for
Right. Because
Saban,
RPM
we got Power Rangers in space because they were told this is all you get,
do
and
whatever you want.
for Disney they said we don't want this anymore, but we have to use it, so just whatever, just fucking go for it.
Which makes me wonder why. Like after that happened with Disney, and it was by far the best one Disney made. Why they went, you know what? Fuck it. We're not gonna use the next season, and we're just gonna fucking comic book up the first season and butcher it to hell.
I don't know.
How that became a fucking thing.
I don't know, but then they
I
sold it back to Saban, and that was a mistake.
and then they sold it to Hasbro, and it
Okay,
appears to have been great.
okay. So here's the problem with Hasbro. And it is not a problem with Hasbro, it's a problem with Nickelodeon. Because when Hasbro bought Power Rangers, they also bought Saban's contract with Nickelodeon for a set number of episodes each year.
Okay, that's fine.
No, it's not.
Well, because the set number sucks.
Right,
I want to get back
because you
to
know
the
we've been getting the Megaforce, Super Megaforce, Dino
right,
Charge,
and
Dino
it's
Supercharge.
stupid,
That is because of Nickelodeon's contract saying 20 episodes a year.
which is
And
dumb.
Saban handled it in the worst way possible.
Right. I'll give what I've seen of Hasbro. They've at least done it right. The two seasons are very much
It
the same show.
It's Beast Morphers seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's not. Oh, well, this is Super Beast Morphers. Let's use another show, or let's make up a bunch of dumb shit.
Yeah, no. And like, whew. Oh god, the reason they did that is because they wanted Super Megaforce, the anniversary series, to fall on the anniversary year. So they kind of forced it.
Which I get, but damn. But can we go back to when this shit was contracted through Fox? Oh wait, we can't.
No,
Disney owns them now.
we actually can't. You know,
Damn it.
Disney originally bought Power Rangers from Saban with the intent of ending it. It's because they're buying out a lot of their competitors' shows to end them to eliminate competition. Power Rangers stuck around because it actually did well.
Right, because us fucking nerds will watch it.
It's like, wait, this is making us money. Can we make
Yeah, no, they
more
can't.
money?
Yeah, no, they can't contract with Fox like they used to, where they had 50 some odd episodes a season.
The
Because Disney owns Fox now.
so
So
yeah.
how long until Disney gets accused of being a freaking monopoly?
Well, people have been
'Cause
calling them that for years now, but legally speaking, they'd have to try and
they'd have to end up
they'd
trying
have
to
to
buy
they'd have
everybody.
to try to buy out Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network.
Right, which are their competitors.
Those two are their major competitors. So they'd have to try and buy those stations out before the law would step in and be like, okay, hold the fuck up.
Okay, so we do have a comment from Springtime Bonnie. And for the love of God, since I haven't watched all of Ninja Steel, please tell me this is not the fucking
Oh,
robot's name. Red's robot partner says Redbot. I really hope that's not the pathetic name they went with.
I
From
will
Ninja
find
Steel
out.
doesn't. It says Redbot from Ninja Steel doesn't exist in Ninja. He's based on Red's Maka Shinobi Maru. So, yeah, it is what I thought. Where it's just the small version of the mech
Yeah, no.
robot.
His name is
Which
Redbot.
Jesus God. As much as I want to,
Professional
I'm not
writers.
moving. Do what?
I said professional writers.
As much as I want to, I don't want to hurt my head anymore, and also I don't want to move my mic. Otherwise, I'd be
Good job.
hitting the fucking table. Yeah.
Yeah, I
As I
just recently
smack my mic
watched Ninja. Um,
So yeah, we just to clarify for Springtime, yeah, we know that wasn't a character in Ninja,
uh,
but thank you.
we just haven't seen Ninja Steel. With no
Yeah.
intent of doing so.
Yeah, no, I have no intent of watching beyond the first 2 episodes that I watched. Because fuck that noise.
So as far as Beast Morphers has been going as a show, it's good. Like, it's still like your cheesy, corny Power Rangers season,
Right.
but it's not embarrassingly terrible.
So it's not Ninja Steel level or
Right.
half of what came through Disney.
I would compare it to the comedy at its worst is like Mighty Morphing, like levels of cheesy.
Good. That's what made Mighty Morphin amazing,
And
but also makes it terrible looking back.
the action at its best is similar to SPD.
Okay, I can live with that.
Uh, there are these two characters, Ben and Betty, that are work security at Grid Battle Force.
That they are the Bulk and Skull. I've seen the first episode, so I know that they.
Yeah,
they are
they're the
Skull.
Bulk and Skull. They are the comedic relief, where they're good inventors, but they are incredibly clumsy, and so the cheesy like comedic relief just comes from them, like inventing a vacuum to suck up the leaves out front, and then it sucks too hard and it sucks up like entire trees and explodes on them.
That's awesome. Not gonna lie, that sounds awesome. Though I will admit, so I did watch the Gold and Silver's debut episode as well. Well, the debut part of it.
It's pretty
I
cool
love Jay in
because
this. I love Jay in this one.
oh yeah, Steel's the best character.
The only thing I'm a little disappointed by is they so could have gone the same route that they did with Gold. Do you know how amazing it would have been if they would have brought back, Magic Yellow? Or not Magic Yellow, but Mystic Force Yellow, just to play a different character who just happens to do the same things.
Jeez.
Like, I wish they would have done that just to parallel the two. But yeah, everything I've seen of Beast Morphers looks amazing. Speaking of which, has the Jason episode actually aired yet?
It did in the UK, not in America.
Okay, because I watched that popped up in my newsfeed, and I'm like,
Yeah. So
definitely watching that.
Drago and I have been watching the UK releases of the show.
Okay. I will admit, from what I saw, that yeah,
So for the rest of the
He's-
world,
it's not out until whenever.
yeah. But yeah, basically, Beast Morphers is done. It just might not have aired in your region yet.
Right. So
Uh, there
That's where we're going to
was
leave that, so we don't accidentally give spoilers to people who are patiently waiting on the series, because
there
we are not patient people.
there was a thing I don't quite remember. Drago was talking about it at one point though, where I think a lot of the writing team for Beast Morphers got replaced. So the next season, which is going to be adapted from Rio Soldier, is going to have a new writing team.
And that makes sense in the aspect of how it's been getting done. In theory, I'm pretty sure that's how all of Power Rangers have been getting done since
Uh,
Lost Galaxy, which was the last coherent main
no,
multi-series
I'm
thread.
not like actors, the writing
Right, the
team.
writers.
Yeah,
Right. Well, that's what I mean. They didn't start swapping the writing staff too for the different shows
I didn't.
the way the way Sentai does.
I didn't assume so, but I could be wrong.
I just I just assumed they did. They may
Uh,
not have. If they didn't,
y-
then great on the writers for making it seem like entirely different
and
people writing a show.
and whatever the situation with Saban in Disney was, this is a different studio, so
Right. So they made it
there
could be
there could be some differences depending on what era of Power Rangers you're talking about.
right. I was thinking back more early Saban.
Early Saban, it was the same writing team, like I want to say through Lost Galaxy at least.
So Rhino Beetle, but a mantis, Gold Zord,
Oh, Jin in Beast Morphers not
a Rhino Beetle.
is not a beetle.
Right.
He
He's a
is a
mantis.
mantis because Steel is the beetle. So, uh,
I mean, to be fair, in uh, uh,
Go
Go
Busters.
Buster, it was Stag and
It was Beat and Stag.
right, but it was yeah, because you had the gold had the horn and Jay
Yeah,
had the pincers.
yeah, it was a beetle and a stag beetle. Uh, but here they didn't want both of them to be a beetle, so they had Nate be a mantis instead. And
Which
the
I can
mech
live with that.
looks similar enough.
That it's whatever.
Yeah, yeah, it's marketable.
It's not like going Blue. You were a gorilla. Now you're a dog.
Right. They didn't do that. Um,
It's not. It's similar enough to where it's not. What the hell are you doing, people?
uh,
But like in terms of a company like Hasbro, I mean they've got a crap ton of writers because I mean they have a crap ton of properties. So
we could.
my assumption would be here's the group of writers, and we're just going to kind of rotate series to series
I don't know,
is a
but
possibility. At least that if they did that, that would give a chance for newer ideas to come to light, and would avoid burnout on the writers.
speaking of Hasbro and its other properties that are very popular, and a lot of people love, and a lot of people would love to see crossover with Power Rangers, we could finally be getting that Power Rangers cross My Little Pony. I
And here I was expecting it to be Transformers.
was hoping you would assume that so that I could
That
surprise
was
you.
where I went, and my brain went. The sad thing is, I until you mentioned it, I've forgotten that was a thread I read. That
Uh,
is a legitimate one on Reddit.
yeah, no, I was joking, but also that is a thing. Like Like I've seen fan art and everything. Well, there was fan art of My Little Pony for like literally everything.
Okay, so Springtime Bonnie says what? I'm hoping that it's because we mentioned the whole My Little Pony crossover. That most likely won't happen. That's just
Oh
a
no,
thing that could
I doubt
happen
it.
because the company owns both.
We are actually more likely to get a crossover with Transformers than we are with My
Right.
Little Pony. It's just
Because,
another. It's just another one of their more popular properties that people have, you know, put together even before Hasbro owned Power Rangers.
right. And just them off them owning it is like how we could get that or Power Rangers crossing over with G.I. Joe. Because can you picture, Cobra Commander teaming up with Rita Repulsa? I'd pay to watch that.
See,
Because I think that would be funny to watch those two interact.
you said Rita Repulsa, but and this isn't even Power Rangers. This is Rider. I thought you were going to say Cobra Commander teams up with Shocker.
That would be more fitting. 100%. That would be 100% more fitting. And I would pay to see that too.
Toei, please.
Toei, if you make that and put it on pay-per-view, I will pay for it.
It'll be on Verve.
I will personally fund the project if I could. I wouldn't give a damn if I was the only person who ever saw it. I would pay as much as I could to watch that.
You could probably afford Blade's actor to do it on his YouTube channel with toys.
Yeah, I could probably afford that because that wouldn't cost much. God, his channel is amazing. I've watched more of that since we found it. It's fucking great. No idea what's going on, but it's fucking great.
Guy's just enjoying life. I'm glad to see him so happy.
Speaking of Blade, and we are 100% entirely
Kiramager
off topic.
ended a long time ago. If you're still here, you're not here for that.
If you're here, you're literally here to listen to us talk, and thank you for that. So thank you, Springtime Bodies. Because as far as I know, if you're the only one paying attention. I saw an ad for the. I say I saw an ad. I saw an article for somebody's Twitter. Somebody has bought one of the CSM belts for Blade.
Mm-hmm.
Garin.
Oh.
He bought the CSM. He owns the belt.
Oh,
now.
that's awesome.
And it's a picture of him on the stairs with the blade and the gun.
Because like it's the same. The belt itself is the same one for the both of them. And if it comes,
the only thing's different is the insert.
right, if he has they released a deck of cards for the show at one point. So if he somehow has a copy of that, then he still has his ace.
But yeah, like the only thing that's different on the belt is when you the whole turn up thing, it'll flip to whichever.
It'll flip to Blade and not Garin.
It'll either flip to Blade or for his it flips to Garin because it shows the Garin symbol.
Oh, cool.
It shows the diamond. So Garin has his belt back. It would have only been a better picture if he was holding a puzzle piece. I'm never gonna let that go. That is
You're never letting that go. You're never letting that go, and I'm never letting go the fact that the Demon King cheated on his final exam for high school.
Yeah, he did.
Well, actually,
we could do an entire podcast of just shitty ass Toku ideas.
Like, it's a new timeline, so maybe in the new timeline he won't cheat and he'll graduate legitimately. But in the original timeline, he cheated.
He cheated to pass. Okay, speaking of that, can we also point out in the original timeline he witnessed the fact that 01 existed and then completely forgot about it when 01 showed up?
Well, that's because he erased his memories.
I know. Fucking timeline bullshit. But yeah, we could do an entire podcast of let's explain stupid ass plots to Vashi of Power Rangers, which that I feel would be entertaining for hours, and then we could also talk about shitty Toku ideas in general. So hey, if shit goes south and this goes on hiatus again, we have topics. God, I hope this doesn't go on hiatus. That was rough. I mean, it was a no offense to the podcast. It was a nice break to not have to worry about having to do this.
Right.
Because, like you, work's been kicking my ass. Just life in general has been kicking my ass. So, well, yes, this is one of the points that I have to unwind and kind of like woosah about my day and whatnot. It's like this also gets stressful in the aspect of I'm dead fucking tired. I just want to go sleep. I don't want to stay awake for this. Which is a good reason why I'm not on half the podcast I should be on. Sorry about that. Which I almost wasn't on this one because I set an alarm for 8:15 because I went to take a nap and then accidentally set it for 8:15 a.m. I woke up at 8. I woke up at like 8:23.
So you almost slept through the podcast.
Yes, I did.
Thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow for the return of Kamen Rider 01. And who knows, maybe we'll do that podcast where I tell Vashi about weird Power Ranger plot points. Boy, do I have a story for you about Wild Force. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Thank you all for joining. We'll see you tomorrow for Kamen Rider 01. And again, special thanks. I do want to thank Springtime Bonnie for sticking with us for this long on the podcast.